Okay, hey everyone. I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley and I am here live, and now I see I gotta move my camera back a little bit so you can see my head, or maybe that's good. Okay. All right, I'm usually short, so it does, I'm not usually short, I'm always short. And so, but sometimes it, I don't know, sometimes it doesn't work right, so let me move it back. I'm gonna bring my camera up just a little bit higher so you can catch at least my head. All right, so tonight I am talking about, well, I'm cooking, and hey Dolores, thank you for joining me. And I'm gonna be cooking keto biscuits, and biscuits is not something I've always been crazy about, but my husband loves biscuits, and I never really learned to make them like my grandma made them and like my mama made them. So, you know, I went to your old standby of buying these little thins, these little biscuit thins in the grocery store, and honestly, they're delicious to me. I like a thin biscuit anyway. But this morning for breakfast, which we don't usually do a big breakfast, but I did a breakfast this morning, I made these keto biscuits, and my husband was like, those are delicious. He's like, those are great, I love them. I'm like, okay, well, I want to do the demo. Now, before I get any further, you got to see this. This is my first camellia, and I love them. I love them. I went yesterday and bought like 10, but I'm going to give some of those away, and a couple of them were a gift to me, so I appreciate that so much. But I'm going to start off with the recipe, and then I'm going to end with telling you what I've got up my sleeve. Now, I want you to know I am going to be giving away some prizes, so I'm going to be doing the next 3 nights, okay? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, well, maybe 4 nights, okay? And I'm going to be doing a cooking demo and some teaching, and you know, I love to do that. I love to help people get healthy, and I want to tell you what I've got up my sleeve, so stay till the end so you'll be able to catch it. And if you share this video tomorrow night, I'm going to give away some vitamin D, and then I'm also going to give away, what was the other thing? Oh, here it is, it fell on the floor. I'm going to give away this BioTrust Keto Elevate, and this is like a $39 value. I buy them in bulk, so I do get them a little bit cheaper. But what that is, it's caprylic acid, which is MCT oil, and it's a great thing. I use it in my coffee. Hey Alexis, and I use it now instead of heavy cream, and it really keeps me satiated through the morning when I'm fasting and don't want to eat anything, because you know I'm really not hungry. But it just, well, MCT oil, everybody knows, well, you should know the value of MCT oil. So I just want to encourage you to share my video, and I'll see your share. I'll add you to a drawing, and then tomorrow night I'm going to draw for vitamin D. And now is the time you need to start taking vitamin D. We're getting away from the time that you can get it from the sun in this hemisphere. So from about November to March, maybe the end of March, you have to get it other sources, and there are definitely sources you can get it from foods, but most of the time we're not eating enough of those foods, so you can get it from taking it. All right, that's my oven heated up, so here we go. I'm ready to get going. All right, so this is a keto biscuit recipe, and I actually am going to divide it and make 2 different kinds. You can do almost anything with this. So what I have here is finely ground almond flour, and it's a 1.5 cups. And the recipe, by the way, is in my keto cookbook, and I think I'll give away a cookbook every night too, because I just got a new print version, and here it is. And this keto biscuit or keto bread is really, really delicious. And oh, hold on, I forgot one little thing that I wanted to show you while I'm doing this. Okay, so I'll put it right there. So don't let me forget. If I forget, some of y'all that are on here, just comment. You forgot to show us what you were going to show us. All right, so 1.5 cups of almond flour, and make sure it's super fine ground. All right, And then this is 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. That's what's in here. So I'm gonna put that in and I'm gonna stir that up. I'm gonna put my things back here just so they won't be in my way. All right, there we go. Okay, all right, so tonight, if you just jumped on, so I see some of you new folks jumping on, I'm mixing up salt, baking powder, and almond flour. Okay, so there we go. I just saw something in there that didn't look like something I wanted to have in there. So, you know, sometimes with almond flour you get, okay. So, all right, so here we go. I've got 2 eggs that I have already beaten. And by the way, I left the eggs out because I wanted to say something about eggs. All right, so don't buy the cheap eggs. You think about those chickens. They've been piled up in those houses. They don't move around and they just sit and peck grain all day long. And they're just not as nutritious. So my husband went and bought these today. These are Eggland's Best. These are not even the best kind. The best to get are Happy Eggs or eggs that are free range, pasture ranged organic eggs. And that's gonna be Happy Eggs. Or there's another couple of brands that I can't remember what they are. But anyway, these are cage free, but vegetarian fed hens, which means they've probably eaten grains. All right, so not your best, but definitely better than the eggs that are in, chickens that are caged. All right, so let me stick that over there. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to stir this a little bit, and then I'm going to add in a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now, if you're dairy, if you're gluten, no, not gluten, if you're dairy free or vegan, then this probably is not the recipe for you. You could add maybe, I don't know what you'd add because I'm not dairy free, but okay, so I'm gonna stir this and it's just making up into a nice batter here. Okay, and then I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of melted butter, and I use unsalted butter, and I use Kerrygold brand because the cows that they get this butter from are grass fed. All right, so they're not eating grains, and so that's at least 85% of the year they're grass fed. All right. Okay, so I'm going to stir this up and it's pretty much ready to go. Now, there are options for this. So what I'm going to do first is, you see I've got my avocado oil here, spray avocado oil. Use this, don't use canola oil or vegetable oil or any of that. And I'm going to spray about 4 of these, well, yeah, I'm going to spray about 4 of these muffin tins because I want to make some in a muffin. I want to show you the difference. Some in the muffin pan, and then I'm going to put some on the regular baking sheet. And so there's that. All right, so the first few I'm going to make, let me get this butter stirred in. So the first few I'm just going to make plain, just with this plain recipe. And then I'm going to add some additions to it so you can know that there are definitely some different ways for you to make this. So I'm going to just spoon that right into there like that. About probably 1/4 cup into each one. Okay. And I'm going to throw these in the oven. And I'll be honest with you, it's not going to take very long because this oven is on 450. All right. So let me just stick those in. I really should get something and wipe that off. I think I will. Got a towel here. Okay. So I'm going to wipe this off so it doesn't really burn. So y'all don't let me forget these in the oven. I'm going to stick it in there really quick and set this timer. So let me set this timer for 4 minutes. Okay, 10, start. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. Stay with me. I'm coming. Hey, I got a new oven and I have the worst time getting it set, but we're good to go now and we'll see what happens. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some cheese, about half a cup of cheese. And then this is garlic powder and onion powder. I'm gonna add that to it. And that's gonna be good. And I'm gonna make a few like that. So I'm just gonna spoon it out onto the pan here. Now these are gonna be flat, of course, because I'm not putting them in a muffin pan, but you can see how they're gonna turn out. Oops. Yep. Honestly, I think I'd rather have them in the muffin pan because I like them a little bit rounded up, but you'll see how they come out. All right, let me make them a little bit more in the shape of a biscuit. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna add some bacon to this last little bunch. I only had one strip of bacon left from breakfast, so that's why I just decided to put it in this last little bit, but my husband will love that for sure because he loves bacon. I'm not much of a bacon person. You know, bacon and biscuits are two of the things I never really ate that much of growing up. I didn't really like them that much, but I do like them occasionally. I will do a biscuit. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit more on these. As you can tell, I'm not the neatest cook. There are people that, this would drive them crazy that they don't all look just right. But that's okay with me. I'm not one of those perfectionists in the kitchen. All right, you see that one over there is looking kind of funky. All right, let me stick them in. Okay, I can see those are already rising up in there. Okay, so, all right, so let me tell you, the other thing I wanted to show you was this is real salt. If you're not using real salt, then you need to use real salt. And the reason is the salt, iodized salt, Morton salt, is stripped of the minerals, all right? So it's just sodium chloride, it's just salt. But this is real salt and it has trace minerals in it. And when you look at it, you can see it's got little brown specks. And those little brown specks are those trace minerals that your body needs. So that's why I use unsalted butter, and then I use this as the salt. And I also use this salt for everything else. This is just the salt that we use. Hey, Sarah Lynn. Hey, Jeannie. I see y'all. All right, so the other thing I wanted to tell you about is that recipe that I just made. Sometimes my family thinks it tastes like cornbread, but here is something I found. It's a sweet corn extract. Actually, Sarah Lynn told me about it. And if I wanted to make cornbread, make it taste more like cornbread, I could add that to it. And if you've ever smelled this, it smells kind of like buttery popcorn. Yep. So that would be a good thing to have. Okay, so I wanted